is AI actually working, or is it just still a very expensive promise?
Talking about the difference between when AI is a personal assistant and when you actually use it to do something productive from a business level, rather than it being, I'm going to ask it how I write a business proposal. And it's more going down the lines of, well, how can we integrate this kind of technology into our process pipelines? A little bit like how we're doing it at the moment with passing through ticket data and having that summarized through to give us a summary of that ticket information, but it takes into context other recent tickets that we've had logged from similar customers and applies to be able to give us a bit of a summary of this is the root of the issue and these are recommended first steps, rather than it just being generic with information on the internet is.
Yeah, I think a lot of customers are also just saying we want to play around with AI, and then we'll just give them a few Copilot licenses and away they go. But I think it needs to be deeper than that. So what we're having with a lot of our clients at the minute is working groups to establish how customers are using technology, how they're interacting with it, and seeing how we can apply smart AI and automation to that workflow to actually reduce expenses. So, for example, someone doing manual entry for an expenses app, say, I don't know, HR lady spends 30 hours a month doing that work, manual data entry, but with smart AI and automations, you can reduce that to 5 hours. And the tangible cost there, the saving there, is you're no longer paying your employees 25 hours to do that. They can be focused on other tasks, which at the end of the day means they are doing more valuable tasks for you as a business, which impacts the bottom line at the end of the day.
Yeah. I think it's also worth looking as well in terms of AI and automation. I think it's very easy to look at the AI part of that because that's the new kind of shiny part of the technology that we've got offered to us. It's the new buzzword. Whereas automation in it, you can do a lot with automation that isn't AI, but it itself is more effective than AI because that automation action taking the human out the journey is what AI touts to do in a lot of instances, but you don't need it. In a lot of cases, if you've got an understanding of what your processes are, or even if you don't have an understanding of your processes, if you've got the desire to learn more about your own business processes, then you can take a look at those processes and see, well, what in this actually needs a human to do this? Do I need somebody running around the office and getting approval for this piece of paper from 10 different people? Or could we actually just put that down a workflow and not worry about it and let the technology look after itself?
Yeah, it's about applying the AI and automations to the right situation as well. So, for example, with AI, if you just applied that to a workflow, you'll get a different output depending on what your input is. Because obviously AI can hallucinate. It can not necessarily, well, it can make things up. That's what hallucination is. But it can also, the outputs are not always standardized, so they can be different. But if you use automations and stateful or stateless workflows, you know what you're inputting. You're inputting X and you're outputting Y. But with AI, you're inputting X and you could get A, B, and C. There can be some guardrails put in with AI to push it down that path, but it's not always 100%. So it's about applying the right solution to the correct problem.